Good morning, everyone. All right, we are loaded up. Good stuff. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Mine was all right. It was all right. I got to see some family on Zoom. Went and hung out with my wife's clients for a little bit. That was nice. Got to meet them, spend a little bit of time, get at self a little bit. So before we get started, I woke up today and I just didn't want to do this anymore. And by not doing this anymore, I mean the group and podcasting, daily reflections. So here's my thing. It's hard for me to get out of the house, guys. If you haven't figured that out by now in the last year and a half, then you haven't been paying attention. It's tough for me. I'm in a situation that makes it hard. Even this last week, I had to cancel something because of my anxiety. I seem to do okay from home, but once I get out of the house, it's a little bit tougher for me. It's not always easy, right? That makes it a little tougher making money. And I certainly don't make any money off of this, but I need to get some kind of dividend from it. And right now, my dividend is kind of zero. I don't know. And that's because people aren't interacting, not being a part of it. So there can't be that many people just being quiet. I just don't think anybody's watching this anymore. So I don't know. I've been trying to get my business off the ground. I don't know. I don't know, guys. The program shows us how to transform the pipe dreams of our past into reality and true sense of purpose. I'm just not into this. Together with a growing consciousness of the power in our lives, it's all right to keep our heads in the clouds with him, we're taught. But our feet should remain firmly planted here on earth. Here's where other people are. Here's where our work must be accomplished. Do I see anything incompatible between spirituality and a useful life in the here and now? Yeah, actually, I'm having a very hard time seeing the difference in that. I've just been kind of listening for answers lately. Today's probably going to be one of those days too. So, but yes, we can take what it is. And by pipe dreams, I don't think that they're necessarily talking about our grandiose ideas, because I certainly had plenty of those. But I think there are pipe dreams of being able to just be a good person, a good father, a good grandfather, and those types of things. So not just, and there's some ideas that are just too grandiose, but I've seen a lot of people that were musicians or artists or things like this that really, really, really got, they found their muse through recovery. So I wanted to read from step 6. This is the step that separates the men from the boys. So declares a well-loved clergyman who happens to be one of the AA's greatest friends. He goes on to explain that any person capable of enough willingness and honesty to try repeatedly step 6 on all of his faults without any reservation whatever has indeed come a long way spiritually. Good news. I love it. I like it. I like the 12 by 12 because it gives us some other perspectives on this. Okay. So step 6 is a very, very big step when it comes to taking a look at yourself. Okay. This is the be nice to yourself step. At least I thought it was. and therefore entitled to be called a man who is sincerely trying to grow in the image and likeness of his own creator. All right? So, what does it mean to be a man? They just told us here, and that separates the men from the boys. It does. Okay? It is tough to sit down with your own feelings and start to figure them out. Okay? That takes a lot of work. Okay? And I'm going to change that. It separates the winners from the wieners. All right? I don't like the fact that it's just be a man crap. So, of course, the often disputed question of whether God can or will, under certain conditions, remove defects of character will be answered with a prompt affirmation by almost any other AA member. To him, this proposition will be no theory at all. It would just be about the largest fact in his life. He will surely offer his proof in a statement like this. Now, it's going to be the biggest one in your life because it's the biggest thing going on in your life, and that's where your focus is. Sure, I was beaten, absolutely licked. My own willpower just wouldn't work on alcohol. Why are you still talking about alcohol? We are not talking about alcohol anymore. Right? We know that. Sorry. Change of scene. The best effort of my family, friends, doctors, and clergymen got no place with my alcoholism. Probably because you wouldn't let them. I simply couldn't stop drinking, and no human being could seem to do the job for me. But when I became willing to clean house and then asked a higher power, God, as I understand him, to give me release, my obsession to drink vanished. Might have happened before then, so maybe that's why I felt that way. It was lifted right out of me. In AA meetings all over the world, statements just like this are heard daily. It is plain for everybody to see that each sober AA member has been granted a release from this very obstinate, potentially fatal obsession. In a very complete and literal way, all AAs have become entirely ready to have God remove the mania for alcohol from their lives, and God has proceeded to do exactly that. Okay? So those pipe dreams we were talking about, there they are. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. It's good to see you, brother. I miss you. When men and women pour so much alcohol into themselves that they destroy their lives, they commit a most unnatural act. Defying their instincts. I totally skipped something. Oh, having been granted a perfect release from alcoholism, I apologize, God, and you guys. Why then shouldn't we be able to achieve by the same means a perfect release from every other difficulty or defect? So they're saying, why can't we use this process for every difficulty and defect? This is a riddle of our existence, the full answer to which may be only in the mind of God. Nevertheless, at least a part of the answer to it is apparent to us. Okay, and here's the trick again on this. Okay, because even yesterday, I heard 3 guys say in my meeting, I owe my wife an apology. Because they were being jerks on Thanksgiving. Don't be jerk on me. Why? Because it's Thanksgiving. But we can utilize that. So mark your intentions. Even before I came on here, I had to think about what I was going to say and how I was going to say it. I don't want people to think I'm just gonna run off, but at the same time, I need to be able to come on here and share my feelings so that people know what it's like. It's the whole point of me doing this. Some people think I'm nuts because I'll come on here and I'll talk about my anxiety and my PTSD. Like, well, Dion, people are listening to you. I know people are listening to me, and I want them to know that they're not alone. Because it feels very lonely sometimes when you're in that place. Especially when you're stuck at home. And a lot of people I think they just kind of assume that everything goes great for me, but my phone never rings. And all the people that said they were going to do stuff with me, where are you at, man? Where are you guys? I don't know. May my new reality include not only the nuts and bolts and pots and pans of daily living, but also my spiritual reality, my growing knowledge of the presence of God. May this new reality have room, too, for my dreams, not for the drug-induced mind-drifting fantasies of the past or the remnants of my delusions, but the products of a healthy imagination. May I respect these dreams, anchor them in all of Earth's possibilities, and turn them into useful creativity. So taking the bad and making it good again, right? There again, the music and the muse and things that might have been bad. I find a lot of inspiration in sad songs. Just, it's just sometimes it makes me feel better. So today I'll remember heaven has a place in the here and the now. So getting rid of our defects so that we can get closer to God, and so that we can change our pipe dreams, so that we understand more what those dreams are about and what it is that we're trying to accomplish. Like here, for me, my accomplishment is to help as many people as I can with my experience, strength, and hope. That's the job here, and the podcast, I set that up for people to feel comfortable, somewhere comfortable to be able to talk and tell their stories. And it works very well. Right? It does. But I need to see the dividends. Or because if I don't know that it's working, then I don't know that I'll continue doing it. So I need people to start saying stuff during these, or I can't move on, or I'm going to find a different way. I need more interaction in order for this to grow. I need people to interact and be a part of. So it's called service work, guys. And with everything going on right now, it's pretty important. I know that it feels weird, but we are not going out of the realms of the traditions. I am a traditions guy, and I would never step on our traditions, not intentionally. But I have people in place that help me with that. Hey, Dion, you're kind of overstepping. Okay. All right. Thank you. I would appreciate, I love stuff like that. Hey, Dion, you're kind of, hey, you noticed. Awesome. Cool. Thank you. I'm glad that you corrected me on that, because it means you noticed me. I don't want to be a popular kid, but gosh, and things do make me wonder. Do you guys go through stuff like this? I have a regular AA meeting that I go to, and on Thursday is a emotional recovery. And as you guys know, I tend to do a lot of talking. Right? I know all about emotional recovery. I've been to that meeting 13 times. I haven't been called on once because it's a tag meeting, and I'm not part of the little group. Okay? That makes me feel like people don't appreciate what I have to say. Honestly, it does. And now I don't even want to go to the meeting. Is that just me being selfish? I don't know. I'm having a hard time with that, guys. Maybe throw some comments up there and let me know. I mean, so, it's your guys' turn to give me some advice. Help me out here, guys. So no, I'm not depressed. No, I'm not. But I am feeling the heaviness today. So from here, 10 o'clock, 2 hours for the meeting. So I'm gonna go do some kind of work. Probably some kind of work to get out of myself. Probably be the best thing to do. So throw it up there, guys. Give me your advice. Let me know. Am I being weird and selfish? Is this kind of a pity pot for me? Or do I need to change what I'm doing? Or do I need to look at it a different way? I don't know. I just don't feel like people want to hear what I say anymore. So, all right, guys. Have a day. Bye. I don't know what else to say.